Welcome once again to the Will Bailey Fishing Show. I am in South Wales once again on Llantwit Beach. I think it's possibly pronounced Llantwit Beach, and I think there's another name for it, but first time I've been down here, and it's an absolutely gorgeous day. Really chuffed to be out this morning. I'm fishing on two paternosters today. One I've just thrown out now on slightly smaller hooks, size 2 I think, and on the right I've got slightly larger 3/0 hooks, as you may be able to see over there, and I'm fishing with frozen lug today. So it's quite snaggy looking. I'm not sure if there's any sand a bit further out. Casting about 75 yards. Just lobbing it out quite close in, so yeah, I'm probably going to be expecting to lose a couple of leads today, but we'll give it a go, and fingers crossed we'll get some in. I'll get this one out. Don't think I'm going to need my grip leads today, so just using plain bombs. Yeah, wish me luck, guys. Fingers crossed. Another very interesting looking beach. Apparently there are also fossils to be found on this stretch of coastline. Very Jurassic looking. You can just imagine dinosaurs running across the beach. Yeah, beautiful place. Yeah, it's about 11:30 now, high tide at around 2, so I've got a couple of hours fishing up the tide. Reel this one in now and see what the bait's looking like. Try and get it up off the rocks pretty quick. Look like a couple of nibbles on here actually, so I'm not sure if there's anything on or if it's just seaweed. Just some weed, unfortunately. Right off the bat there, I thought my luck was in. Found another little packet of sprats in the freezer. Let me give them a go. Had a good bit of luck with the sprats on Chesil, so let's see what they're like. Well, I just had a little chat to matey down there, and he's had a bullass and conger apparently a bit earlier. On mackerel, so managed to get out of the snag that I was in. It was I'm sure there was something on there. Left it on there for another 5 minutes and give it a good tug, and it came free. They're not the rocks aren't really jaggedy. They're quite flat and bumpy, so it's like kind of 50-50 getting into the snag, but I think you just got to, when you reel it in, obviously get it up off the rocks as soon as you can, and then Get up onto the into the water there. Yeah, so about an hour and a bit in now. Midday fishing, so you know, we'll see. But the sprats were all gone when I brought it in, the one with the snag. And whether it's been stripped by fish taking it or whether it may have just fallen off, but I bound a little bit of bait elastic on with this time, so like half sprats. They seemed to like that last time. It's obviously the guts in there are bringing out all their nice juices and smells, so yeah, fingers crossed, we will see. I'll keep you updated. So there we go, whole sprat on a pulley. There's actually some people surfing a little bit up the beach there. When I looked to come down here, I was originally going to go down the west side of the beach, looked a bit cleaner. But the surf was huge, and there was some surfers out there as well. So I checked out over this side and saw a couple of anglers here already, still here actually. And yeah, toddled on down here. So it's approaching 1 o'clock now, about just over an hour till high tide. Like I said, got the whole sprat on the panel. And see how that goes. It's getting quite warm now actually. It's heat of the day. I'd have brought my hat. Alright, I've got to wheel the fish again. Seems to work. Come on. Take the sprat. Nice big juicy sprat. Fishies. Come on. Well, I decided to switch them both out to pulleys. I'm actually going to put a pulley panel on this one here. I'm going to go for a mackerel and squid combo. Put a big bait on this one. It's still quite nice and frozen actually. It's good. Take the head off that. Some people say that they skin the squid, so I'm going to try that today. going to take the skin off. Maybe take half a squid. So on with the mackerel, and then I'm going to thread the squid on like so. Have the flesh on the outside, I think, and then on with the bait elastic. Like so. So take our bait needle out, and I'm going to go in down the middle. Push the hook down a little bit. Bit more elastic on. Like I've said in the past, to hold the top of the hook in place with the line without hooking yourself, William. And then the pennel hook, I'll wrap that around a couple of times, and right, up a bit, I think. There we go. Cinch that down. And then onto the imp, onto the clip there like that. I'll lob that out and hope for the best. Well, no bites yet, but it's turned into a stonker of a day. Absolutely gorgeous. So I've got two big baits on now. Squid on the left, squid and mackerel pulley pennel on the right. Still nothing, but there's time. Again, I think on the pulley on the So Lunar, it says after high tide is going to be like the height of activity, so we'll hang in there and see if we can get something. Just across the water there, down the coast a little bit. That's where I was brought up the first 16 years of my life. I used to have some good bit of fun in games. Learned how to fish. A guy, old boy, taught me how to tie a knot and got myself a little rod. Caught my first fish, and then that was it. That was me. I was an angler. Used to use mackerel mostly, I think, if I remember. Used to get a lot of free stuff. I used to do fishing trips out of the cove, like mackerel trips and deep sea fishing trips. I went out on the mackerel fishing trips once or twice. Lot of the time the grockles would come in and have a like big old like bag of mackerel that they didn't know what to do with, so we used to be able to take some of those and put them in the freezer. Used it for bait, ate some of them. Yeah, didn't really I didn't fish like a huge amount, not until I was about 12, I think, when I got given my first kind of like 12-foot rod, proper beach caster, and then I was able to sling it out a bit further. Can't remember catching a huge amount. I got some bass, a few pollock. I tried eating a pollock once, and it was only a little one, probably like, I don't know, 6-8 inches, not huge, but I found that the meat was very soft, a bit mushy. I don't know whether it was that specific pollock that I reeled in, but yeah, I think I've tasted it since, like you buy it in the shops, I think, and it's like it's used as a cod substitute, I think, in some products like fish fingers and stuff. And I think the bigger ones, they kind of firm up a little bit. It's a bit more bit firmer meat. But yeah, no, I've never had any kind of. I've seen people reeling in larger congers where I used to fish. Never had a ray. Never had a dogfish either, actually. So that's something on my list that I want to get. A few different species, I think, of doggies. I think they used to call it rock salmon back in the old days. Before I was born, they used to sell it in fish and chip shops, I believe. It's quite nice, apparently. I don't know if I've ever tried it, actually. Yeah, if I get a gurnard again, I probably, if it's a decent size, I'll probably try one of those. Never tried a gurnard before. My sister used to be a fishmonger, a trawlerman's wife, and he used to go out on the boat out of Ilfracombe, actually. And she used to work in the fishmongers in Barnstable on Butcher's Row. That's where I was born, Barnstable, not in the fishmongers. And yeah, she said that she used to sell dogfish. It's a bit of a knack to skinning it, apparently. To skinning them, and you like kind of, it's a bit like a rabbit, I suppose. You kind of pull it off its carcass. So yeah, nice times in North Devon. Beautiful place. I mean, this is stunning here now. You know, about an hour and a quarter away from my place, so pretty close, really. Very lucky to be able to get out and do a bit of fishing. You know, not catching anything at the moment, but yeah, just to be able to get out and get some bait in the water. It's enough for me. I plan on, in no kind of particular order, just going to, probably plan on maybe going like a a new place every time, so gonna definitely explore the South Wales coastline. I'll probably end up going further and further down the coast. Quite like to do a little bit of LRF. If I get far enough down, there's some more kind of like similar to North Devon, really kind of jaggedy rocks and, you know, gullies, and get some lures in there and probably get some good fish off some lures. So yeah, that's a plan for the future anyway. Keep on, you know, head on down further and further down into Wales. Never been to West Wales before. I've been up into Wales a few times, like through the valleys. Gorgeous scenery and countryside. Never been or explored West Wales at all, so maybe do a holiday there one day. Be nice. Oh, I'm gonna catch the sun, I think. Not even a tug on the rods there, unfortunately. Nothing. I did actually have a quick look at the Salona calendar again, and I believe it's like between 5 and 6 is going to be the peak time. The major, I think, major peak time of the day, one of them. So whether I'm going to stay that long, I'm not sure. Did plan on just staying till 3:30ish. It's just gone 3 now, so I'm quite happy. It's not many other places I'd rather be, to be honest. The bait seems good still. I'll lob that back out. Yeah, I lost my rig on the last snag, so I haven't actually bothered putting a shock leader on there. £20 straight through. I need to lob it out too far, that one. Oh, snaps the fingers on that £20 line for sure. Sometimes I think maybe just placing it in a different, slightly different location could possibly help. Not sure though, we'll see. Let's go back down the beach again. Oh, tea time. Oh, a bit precarious on these rocks here in the deck chair. Careful not to burn my box. That seems to be alright. Bit of caffeine. Got my spoon somewhere in here. Where did I put it? Aha! There she blows. That'll perk me up a bit. I watched a program the other day about how much plastic there is in the world and in the ocean, and I was extremely surprised to discover that maybe half the tea brands, including this one, which is Tetley, I think, use plastic. Would you believe it? There's like plastic inside the actual bag. I don't know whether it's a mixture of paper and plastic, but yeah, plastic. They dissolved them, and half of them left this plastic skeleton. I've been chucking them in the sea, quite innocently, thinking that they're just going to, bit of paper and tea, going to, you know, disappear, but obviously not. So, looks like I'm going to be taking this one home with me, or these two tea bags here, because this, we're using the last of these up, and then we're going to get. I know that PG Tips is one of the brands that is 100% biodegradable, so we'll be buying them. I think they're on offer at the moment as well. Drop of milk. Proper job. Cheers everyone. Tight lines. Happy fishing. Oh, that's better. Definitely perked me up a little bit. Almost fallen asleep here. Tiny bit more activity on the rods at the moment. I don't know whether it's just the wind. A few little tugs. One of the baits that I brought in earlier, one of the whole sprat, it had been chewed up pretty much completely. So there's definitely crabs out there, but interestingly, the two big baits that I've got on there at the moment, I've reeled them both back in again, and they've been pretty much untouched. So, don't know if any of you guys like surfing. I've done it once or twice. Again, when I was a kid, I think there was a company that made surfboards locally, and it went out of business, I think, or something, and there was like a dozen or more surfboards being handed out left, right and centre. I think I had one of them, don't know what happened to it, but I was paddling around on the little cove when I was a kid. Tried it once or twice, proper surfing, like on a decent surf beach. Blooming hard. That's hard work, I tell you. Used to have a little go on the old windsurfers. My old buddy used to have a couple, and we used to go out on the lake, I think. If we did it on the sea, maybe once. Learned how to windsurf. I picked that up pretty quick. Really enjoyed that, actually. And a couple of times we went out on holiday to Brittany, France, and Mum and Dad bought a little place out there. We did up over a few years. It was literally a mud floor, beautiful old house in this little, like a hamlet. They call it a kell in Brittany. Jurassic it was called, and there was half a dozen houses maybe in a farm. Yeah, had some great holidays out there, working holidays. And there was a lake just nearby, and they used to rent out little dinghies and windsurfers. I did that a couple of times, and used to spend hours out on the lake windsurfing. Great fun. I haven't done it for years though. Should do. I've seen the kite surfers. That looks awesome. One guy on YouTube actually, who I can't remember the name. He's into his photography. He's from Cornwall, I think, and he's reviewing something that I was watching. And yeah, I saw a couple of other of his videos doing kite surfing. That looks really fun. But yeah, it's a lot of practice, I would imagine. Has to go into that before you can, you know, even get half good. I can imagine. But yeah, first time I saw it, I remember seeing these guys and girls out on the surf, and they just go up like 50-60 foot in the air and then slowly down again onto the waves. Brilliant. Well, I literally get so excited going fishing. I haven't even had my cornflakes yet, and it's 20 to 4. Hopefully, when I start eating my cornflakes, one of my rods is going to double over, and I'll have to put it down and go and tend to it, and hopefully reel in a 8.5 pound bass. That's what's going to happen. I know it. We can dream, can't we? We live in hope. I think it's good actually anyway to I think they call it fasting, intermittent fasting or something. Eat when you're hungry. Apparently it's quite good for you to give your digestive system a bit of a break sometimes. Nice sailing boat out there now. Perfect sailing conditions. I was lucky enough to actually do a bit of sailing when I was a kid, again in the village that I lived when I was a kid. It was like a little sailing club, and I learned to sail on a little plastic topper, they were called. I've been in a couple of bigger sailing boats since, and actually went on a stag do a good few years ago now actually, and we went across to the Isle of Wight. So the 2 boats, we stayed on them actually overnight as like our accommodation, and the skipper was kind enough to let us have a little go on the boat on the way over. It was so windy though, he literally said that it was like a gale force 1 and the sail was reeled right down to virtually nothing. But I remember the boat, it was literally like over like that. And I was there on the tiller? No, on the steering wheel. I can't remember what the boating term is for the steering wheel. Loving life. It was just one of those experiences you'll never forget. Well, that's it, guys. I'm going to call it quits. Thanks for sticking with me. Another blank, would you believe it? Oh. As always, it's just magical to be out here and by the ocean, on the beach. Wonderful, especially this fascinating place. Llantwit Major beach. I think, like I may have mentioned, it's I saw a Welsh name for it. I think it's got a different name in Wales. Please let me know if you can enlighten me. But yeah, it's absolutely stunning. Enjoyed the trip. Cheers again. Thanks for watching. Will Bailey Fishing Show. I'll see you next time.
Mm-hmm.